3 years ago, I reviewed the Disney film that was really super awesome, Tron. And since Tron Ares, the third film in this series, is opening this weekend, let's talk about the film that came in between, which is celebrating its 15th anniversary this year. Here's my review of Tron Legacy. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome again to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a review of the 2010 sci fi action flick Tron Legacy, released by Disney, directed by Joseph Kosinski, written by Adam Horowitz and Edward Kitsis. This is the second film, the long awaited sequel to Tron from 1982 after it had been almost 30 years since that film came out. Anyway, Jeff Bridges is back along with Bruce Boxleitner, plus Garrett Hedlund, Olivia Wilde, and Michael Sheen. Now, the story follows the adult son of Kevin Flynn, Sam, who responds to a message from his long lost father and is transported into a virtual reality called the Grid, where Sam, his father, and the algorithm Quora must stop the malevolent program Clue from invading the real world. The film was released on December 17th, 2010. Therefore, I am celebrating the film's 15th anniversary early since I'm doing this in order to promote the release of Tron Ares. The film eventually became a big hit, excuse me. I got a little sidetracked. My apologies. Anyway, interesting Korean sequel arose after the first film garnered a cult following. After so much speculation, Disney managed to try to do it, and apparently they managed to do it pretty well. It became such a big hit, and that's about all I can say. If you have not seen my review of Tron, click on that card and check it out before going into this one, okay? Okay, let's get started. In 1989, Kevin Flynn, who was promoted to CEO of Income International 7 years earlier, disappears. 20 years later, his son Sam, now Income's primary shareholder, pranks the corporation by releasing the company's signature operating system online for free. Income executive Alan Bradley, Kevin's old friend, approves of this, believing it aligns with Flynn's ideals of free software. Nonetheless, Sam is arrested for trespassing. Alan posts bail for Sam and tells him of a pager message originating from Flynn's shuttered video arcade after being disconnected for 20 years. There, Sam discovers a hidden basement with a large computer and laser, which suddenly digitizes and downloads him into the Grid, a virtual reality created by Kevin. Excuse me. He is captured and sent to the games, where he must fight a masked computer program named Rensler. When Sam is injured and bleeds, Rensler realizes Sam is human or a user. He takes Sam to Clue, the Grid's corrupt ruling program, who resembles a young Kevin. Clue nearly kills Sam in a light cycle match, but Sam is rescued by Quora, an apprentice of Flynn, who shows him Kevin's hideout outside Clue's territory. Kevin explains that he had been working to create a perfect computer system and had appointed Clue and security program Tron as its co creators. The trio discovered a species of natural occurring isomorphic algorithms, or ISOs, with the potential to resolve various natural mysteries. Clue, considering them an aberration, betrayed Kevin, killed Tron, and destroyed the Isos. The portal, excuse me, permitting travel between the two worlds closed, leaving Kevin trapped in the system. Clue sent the message to Alan, hoping to lure him into the Grid, though Sam serves his purpose just as well and reopened the portal for a limited time since Flynn's identity disk It's the master key to the grid, and the only way to traverse the portal. Clue expects Sam to bring Kevin to the portal so he can take Flynn's disc, go through the portal himself, and impose his idea of perfection on the human world. Against his father's wishes, Sam returns to Clue's territory and encounters one of the sirens, Jim, to help find Zeus, a program who can provide safe passage to the portal. At the end of the line club, the owner reveals himself to be Zeus, then betrays Sam to Clue's guards. In the resulting fight, Kevin rescues his son, but Cora is injured and Zeus gains possession of Flynn's disc. Zeus attempts to bargain with Clue over the disc, but Clue instead destroys the club along with Zeus and Jim. Kevin and Sam stow away aboard a solar sailor transport program where Flynn restores Cora and reveals her to be the last surviving ISO. Now for the ending, you must stop this video at once, go to the description box below, and fast forward to the time below as I count down now. If you've seen this movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. The transport is intercepted by Clue's warship. As a diversion, Cora allows herself to be captured by Rensler, whom Kevin recognizes as Tron, not killed by Clue but rather reprogrammed. Sam reclaims Flynn's disc and rescues Cora, while Kevin takes control of a light fighter. Clue, Rensler, and several guards pursue the trio in light jets. Rensler remembers his past as Tron and deliberately collides with Clue's light jet, then falls into the sea of simulation below. Clue confronts the others at the portal, but Kevin reintegrates with his digital duplicate, destroying Clue along with himself. Cora, having switched discs with Kevin, gives Flynn's disc to Sam, and they escape together to the real world as the ensuing explosion from Kevin's sacrifice levels the sea of simulation. In Flynn's arcade, Sam backs up and deactivates the system. He then tells awaiting Alan that he plans to retake control of Incom, naming Alan chairman of the board. Sam departs on his motorcycle with Cora as the sun rises. End of story. So, what did I think of Tron Legacy? Now, I've seen this a few times, and I will see it's not too bad of a sequel, but after it had been almost 30 years since the original came out, boy, I gotta say, it was a pretty long wait. But nevertheless, it was really big and what have you. It originally made its release in December in the US just a few weeks after it premiered in November in Tokyo in 2010. But overall, it became such a big hit despite getting mixed reviews. The film went on to make $409 million worldwide on its $170 million budget. So henceforth it would be a modest commercial success. It got nominated for an Academy Award for Best Sound Editing. Like its predecessor, this film has been described as a cult film since its release. I really think this was good in what have you. Well, some of the cool stuff I've seen might not be as close to as good as what I saw in the original Tron, but still manages to hold it off with some of the cool stuff like we saw, like the bikes and the other vehicles we saw. Rotten Tomatoes has a score of 51, saying the film boasts dazzling visuals, but its human characters and story get lost amidst its state-of-the-art production design. Well, it's factually true in ways. Metacritic has a score of 49, and the audience's poll by cinema score gave it a B+. The visual effects were cited as a central highlight of the film. The Chicago Sun-Times felt that the environment was aesthetically pleasing and added that score displayed in electronic force that complemented the visuals. Rolling Stone echoed these sentiments, concluding that the effects were of an award caliber. The Village Voice noted that while it was extensively enhanced, the film retained the streamlined visuals that were seen in its predecessor. Variety affirmed that the visuals and the acknowledged cutting edge score made for a stunning virtual ride. Empire said this is a movie of astonishing high-end gloss. Views the pounding Daft Punk soundtrack, populated with sleek sirens and chiseled hunks boasting electroluminescent landscapes to make Blu-ray players weep. So apparently, yes, the performances of various cast members were frequently mentioned in the critics. I mean, they were well divided on various character development and the storylines. I'm not going to get into too much of that, but from what I've seen of Tron Legacy, it's not too bad. I will give it props for what it had to offer. Daft Punk, of course, you've heard of that group, an electronic dance group, eventually did such a great score for the film, and I must give them props for what they had to offer. But anyway, yes, this was just so cool and really, really awesome. I will say that Joseph Kosinski, who directed this film, of course, he later went on to direct Oblivion, Only the Brave, Top Gun Maverick, and more recently, F1. He did one heck of a job with this film, so I gotta give him credit and what have you. So that's pretty cool and what have you. I think the visuals and the effects are pretty good. They're just more different looking than what we saw in the original Tron in ways. But like I said, I don't mind. They're pretty cool. Now for the cast, we have Jeff Bridges back as Kevin Flynn. He also plays Clue via digital de-aging and voiceover, while John Reardon portrays Clue physically. So I have to give them props. Now playing Sam Flynn is Garrett Hedlund, who had already become a big name by appearing in films like Troy, Friday Night Lights, Four Brothers, and Aragon. That same year, the same year this came out, he also was in Country Strong. He also went on to be in films like Unbroken and Pan. So anyway, yeah, I will say he did pretty good in his performance. So it was just so good. Playing Cora is Olivia Wilde, who after this went on to appear in Cowboys and Aliens with Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig, which I have seen. I definitely will review that one sometime down the road. I will say she's very good in this. I gotta give her credit for what she had to offer and how she looked with the hairstyle and what have you. Yes, absolutely really good. Bruce Boxleitner returns as Alan Bradley, and he also portrays Tron, aka Rensler. I think that was pretty cool. It was good to have not just Jeff Bridges back, but another one as well. James Frame plays Jarvis, not to be confused with the Jarvis from the MCU, you know. That's just an administration program who serves as Clue's right hand man and chief intelligence officer. Bo Garrett appears as Jim, one of four programs known as Sirens. Yeah, and Michael Sheen appears as Zeus, a caster. I've got to give this one character as well. According to him, he describes his performance as containing elements of various performers like David Bowie, as well as Joel Grey in his performance in Cabaret, and Dr. Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Well, actually, just the Rocky Horror Show, not the picture show. But anyway, I gotta give them credit for what they had to offer. I think the cast was absolutely good. So Tron Legacy, while it's still as good a cult classic as its predecessor, but Still, it manages to do what it has to offer. Sure, it has its flaws, but still pretty good. I actually like the characters, and given the fact that this was directed by the guy who would later go on to give us big monster hits like Top Gun Maverick and F1, as well as a great score from Daft Punk, I think Tron Legacy is really something. So, with everything said, would I recommend the film? I'd say sure, go ahead. You're more than welcome to give it a watch. But if you're just curious, then I'd suggest give it a one time watch if you're a hardcore completionist. Okay? But anyway, I'm hoping for the best. Tron Ares will be good. Everything. We'll see. So, what did you think of Tron Legacy? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, be a part of the Big D Nation, continue to help support my channel. You know the rest. And join me next time when I give you the first of 3 revisit Saturday morning TV logs for Spooktacular October, starting with the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So if you like this, check out my reviews for these other films. I'll give you a couple from Joseph Kosinski, 2 big films I had just brought up. Check out my review of Top Gun Maverick in the upper left-hand corner, or check out my spoiler-free review of F1 in the upper right-hand corner. The Top Gun Maverick review is also spoiler-free. Or if you'd like more Jeff Bridges, check out my re-review of a film he had just done before this, and from 2008, the film that put the MCU on the map, Iron Man. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.